another Supergirl episode review. My thoughts on tonight's episode of Supergirl. And I gotta say, this was an episode that overall I had some issues with, but it was pretty enjoyable. Just to get things started, I gotta kind of say something up front. Supergirl, these last few episodes, as much as I'm loving the show, okay, here's the thing. As much as I'm liking the show so far, I feel like it's not captivating. You know, like there's not something that week after week after week that's like drawing me into it. The only reason why I've been really watching is because I'm a big DC fan, I'm a big Superman fan. So those things combine, and it's made by the same creators as Arrow and Flash, and I love those shows, or at least love Flash. So these last few weeks, I feel like they just became like by the numbers episodes, like nothing really interesting going on. I mean, yeah, I know like there are other filler episodes, but I feel like tonight's episode just didn't really do a whole lot for me, and I'm worried that eventually I might end up wanting to give up on the show, and it's something that I'm kind of worried about. But in this episode, again, while I had its flaws, I thought it was kind of enjoyable, but at the same time, I'm worried that the show is just kind of, I don't know, I want the show to be great, and a lot of people have their problems with it, the tone, and how they like the hammer the message in over the head in every episode, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. The show is kind of, that's the show itself, that's how it is, but I don't know, as I'm watching the show the last few weeks, I just feel like there's nothing really about the show other than like Melissa Benoist and a couple of the characters that really bring me back to watch it every single week. Flash, pretty much every episode ends with something like, oh shit, I gotta watch next week, like to find out what happened, and even the same kind of sort of thing with Arrow, even though I'm kind of in a weird place with that show, but I want the show again to succeed, and I don't want to keep rambling on about it, but I'm just saying, this show, I hope it doesn't lose me, because I want it to become more interesting and more, I don't know, like more deep, I guess. I mean, I want there to be more to the story than just, Kara going around saving people. I want there to be more. And they're trying to, they're getting more into like the emotional, kind of like, I guess the more realistic side, but they're doing more emotions and, relationships with people, and I kind of get that. But at the same time, I do want captivating storytelling, and hopefully that's something that we see more of in coming episodes. But anyways, to get into the episode itself, I enjoyed it. I had my worries going into it, considering this was the episode starring featuring Red Tornado, a character from the comics. He's a big Justice League member. He was in that show Young Justice. He's been in a bunch of different things, and as a fan, I was curious to see, and then they released those pictures, and Red Tornado, he just looks so bad. And I'll even pull up the picture here. He just looks so, just, like, WB took like Marvel's Vision and was like, okay, we know what we gotta do? We gotta make it look like Vision, but look like we did it on a budget, because it's all on TV. So, here we go. And this is what we get. Looks nothing like Red Tornado from the comics. All they did was get some dude, put some like bulky stuff on it, make it look kind of alien-ish. And it doesn't look realistic at all. I mean, yes, this is a show with a girl flying around saving people. But at the same time, it's like Flash and Arrow, for the most part, whenever they use big DC characters, they do their best to make sure the character at least looks or has aspects of the comic book counterpart. Red Tornado, I just feel like they didn't really try as hard as they should have, because he doesn't look like an android. He looks like a dude in a suit, which is exactly what it is. And seeing the episode, I mean, I liked how the action scenes with Tornado were handled, but as the character of Red Tornado, I was very disappointed. Hopefully they do something more with the Red Tornado thing. Where he gets an upgrade where he at least looks more like Red Tornado. But no, I mean, yeah, I like the action sequences and stuff. I like seeing Tio Morrow. I like seeing Kara kind of dealing with her anger, kind of going to what I said earlier about one of the show's big things is dealing with emotions and the flaws of characters. I did like that in the beginning of the episode when we see her stopping the road rage guys and the guy trying to hit her, and then she like breaks his hand. I mean, yeah, she lost her cool, but it's like I don't blame her. Personally, I don't blame her. Like, good for her to break that asshole's hand. I mean, seeing that and seeing a vulnerable side of Cat Grant that we've seen bits and pieces of so far, especially in the Livewire episode, but it was really the show was trying to show everyone's angry side, and the part of themselves that they control or don't control. And seeing how they brought in Kat's annoying mom, and seeing how she's like, oh, no, I got to be better than you. Sorry, I don't have time for you. Like, they're very one-dimensional, very stereotypical. I mean, seeing having her mom in there was really only there to further Kat's characterization. And seeing that there is more to Kat, that the reason why she is the way she is because of her mom. And I understand that. I mean, a great characterization for Kat, but they made a useless character out of it. So, I mean, again, I liked seeing a different side of Kat than we're normally seeing. Yeah, she's still her hardened self, but I do like there's more depth to her. I like that they're exploring that a little more here and there. I did like Kara standing up for herself a bit. And, well, I mean, I guess the preview for the episode from last week kind of ruined that scene for me. I still liked it nonetheless. I like that, again, Kara, while she's understanding how to control her rage, that she's coming into terms with, how to defend herself. And even with others defending her, when Hank defended her in the episode, I thought that was a great scene. I'm really starting to like Hank's character more and more and more, which makes me think, going back to what I've said in previous reviews, I think he's going to end up being Martian Manhunter. I think they're just using the name Hank Henshaw to throw off fans, and he's really going to be Martian Manhunter. I mean, again, I could be 100% wrong, but the fact that they cast an African-American actor to portray Hank Henshaw, which in the comics is normally portrayed by a white guy who at least somewhat looks like Superman, he becomes Cyborg Superman. In this, it would make a lot more sense for him to be Martian Manhunter, because in the past he's been portrayed by African-American actors. I'm not trying to say just because he's black, he should be Martian Manhunter. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying because of what we've seen from the character so far, it would make more sense to be a Martian Manhunter. So, I'm straying from the point, but I did like his scene with him defending Kara from General Lane. And I liked even though Wynn wasn't in a lot of this episode, I did like him here and there. I feel like he's a character that's really hit or miss for me. I'm kind of like how Cisco was the first few episodes of Flash, but I feel like week after week, I'm back and forth between liking Wynn and thinking he's annoying. But I'm getting more and more on the liking him side, that he's not always pining over Kara, and yeah, he is. There is a little more to him, a little more interesting stuff there. And I like how like Alex asked him personally to look into the death of their dad. So I did like seeing that. And again, going back to what I said earlier, I did like seeing Kat defend Kara against her mom, even though she kind of went back to being all hardened and stuff. Is I seeing again a vulnerable side of Kat that we don't see before, her standing up for Kara. And a lot of this episode seemed like a lot of people just standing up for Kara, even Kara herself. So I did like seeing that. But going into the things that I think could have been done a lot better. Again, Red Tornado, I think the design of Red Tornado was terrible. The use of Red Tornado wasn't bad. Just the look of him overall, I think, was really just not handled well. That they really should have gotten better designers on the team. Whoever made the costume, I didn't like it. I didn't like that. I don't like Lucy and James's relationship. Maybe it's part. I mean, I'm not even saying that because I want James and Kara to get together. I like James as a standalone character, and when he's working with Kara, but because ever since they brought Lucy in, James makes no real effort to try to help her out. It's just I gotta go be with Lucy. I gotta go to dinner with Lucy. I'm gonna go on a vacation with Lucy. Come on, the Lucy character is just again not much to her. I mean, there's aspects of the character that I thought I was gonna see that I'm really not seeing. And then seeing her with her dad, General Lane, and the guy who plays General Lane, in the last 10 years, when has he not played a damn military character? He played a military character in X-Men. He played a military character in Transformers. He's playing a military character in this. And there's probably a bunch of other ones that I'm not mentioning right now, but I'm just forgetting. But I mean, I'm just tired of seeing that same guy in the same stereotypical role he's been playing in. And that's kind of the point where I don't even believe him anymore because I see the same guy go from movie to show or whatever. I don't like it. And I didn't like the character. And I know the General Lane is supposed to be this hardened dude, but the thing is, I don't like this portrayal of him. I liked the Smallville version, which was played by Michael Ironside, who was, he's been a Flash. He played Captain Cold's dad. He's been in a bunch of different things. I did like how they used him in Smallville. It was the same kind of character, but they brought him back a little bit. And they brought that there is more to him. He's just trying to defend his daughter. This guy, he just seems like there's again just another one-dimensional character to me. And I don't care for him, and I don't really care for Lucy at this point because Lucy is starting to become more and more one-dimensional. There's not really much depth to her, other than her being James's current girlfriend, and we only know how much longer that's going to last. yeah, but other than that, I mean, other than the Red Tornado stuff and the stuff revolving around the Lane family, I really thought that this episode wasn't the best. I enjoyed it for the most part. I liked the subtle character development and all the characters. I could really care less about the whole Maxwell Lord thing. I could really care less about that dude. And I do like how now the show is becoming less and less reliant on the fact that, you know, it's a Superman related TV show, you know? Because in the first few episodes, a lot of people complain that all they do is reference Superman. In the last few weeks, other than like you feel like Clark Kent or Metropolis name drops, like almost nothing about Superman himself, other than, you know, in the intro for the show. So I do like that they're finally starting to, like, the show's starting to come into its own in that aspect, and I do really enjoy that. But yeah, I mean, overall, I hope, like I said earlier, that this show starts moving in a more exciting and more, you know, compelling direction with the storyline. I want to see more. I want to see Kara's. I want to know what's going on with that, because they introduced her in the first episode, they fought in the second episode, and then it's like gone. Like, why are you looking for your aunt? Like, I want to know what she's doing. Like I want to know. Like, as a fan, like, I want to see more of that. And even then, I want to see more alien stuff. I mean, I feel like they brought it back a bit because they didn't want to be, you know, like Smallville or Flash, Arrow, like with Villain of the Week. But I mean, they're still doing Villain of the Week. They're just doing with metahumans and robots instead of, you know, metahumans or aliens. But yeah, I mean, overall, again, I had mixed feelings on tonight's episode, but again, more on the positive side than the negative side. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it from me, guys. So if you guys like what we see here, go ahead and hit subscribe below, hit the like button. Go and share this to any of your friends or any social media pages. I do review Supergirl, Flash, and Arrow every week, Monday through Wednesday. And tomorrow night and Wednesday night is the big 2-part Arrow and Flash crossover, which I'm really looking forward to because it's setting up the new DC show Legends of Tomorrow. And just getting a bit of like rumors and news related stuff. It's kind of off topic a bit, but I read somewhere that there's possible rumor. Okay, so it's rumors that at some point after the mid-season break, towards the end of the season, that Flash and Supergirl might be crossing over if the show was greenlit for the rest of the season. And as of today, it got greenlit for the rest of the season for 20 episodes, I believe. And while I said, like, in previous one of my previous reviews that, you know, more than likely they're not in the same universe because CBS doesn't want that, blah blah blah. I would really like to see that. I mean, as a fan, I want to see that because Supergirl and The Flash are the two shows that DC has so far that totally fit the best with each other. They have the most similar characters, they're similar tone-wise. I mean, I kind of want to see Winn and Cisco geek out about stuff, you know? Because they've created Winn to be another, like, a character like Felicity or Cisco. And Supergirl herself, Kara, is a lot like Barry Allen in that aspect, too. And how she is, like, a little bumbling and dorky. So, I mean, I would love to see, like, if it does end up being true, I would love to see that. But, yeah, I just want to throw that out there. I mean, I hope it's true. Probably not, but I hope it's true. But again, yeah, if you guys like what you see, go ahead and hit subscribe below, hit the like button. Yeah, I review all the shows throughout the week. And on Wednesday, I'll be reviewing the new Batman v Superman trailer. And I'll probably do like a live reaction like I just did for the Captain America Civil War trailer and the Star Wars trailer. So you guys are going to watch that if you guys want. Again, hit subscribe if you guys are interested. Let me know what you guys want to see. I might be doing some more stuff. I'll definitely be reviewing Star Wars here in a few weeks. So go ahead and check that out when that drops. So yeah, that's going to be it from me, guys. So until next time, have a good one.